Squeeze that between your knees. Andrew Ballard, you're under arrest for the murder of Leslie Campbell.
Hi, whoever's on. I'm trying to figure out how this works. I'm doing pretty good today. Feeling a lot better. How are you? Is it is it Job? Hi everyone. Just checking out this live thing. I had never done it before, so I'm just checking it out, seeing I'm actually having a pretty good day today, so I just wanted to see. Hi, is it Zabi? Oh, thank you, Joe. Oh, that's a lot of surgeries in 10 years. In the past 10 years, I've probably been through about 50 myself. Hi, Real Psychic. How are you? So, where's everybody from? I haven't ever done this live before. I just got the capability to do it. I guess you have to have so many subscribers before you can do it. You're welcome, Real Psychic. Where are you from, Real Psychic? Oh, I don't ever worry about anything. That's my motto in life. Just let it go as it is. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Joe. Back surgery. Yeah, that's I've been disabled for about 20 years myself, but out of work for about 10. And things got real bad about 5 years ago when I got this vascular disease that I'm dealing with. Liverpool. I always wanted to go to England. So you're over there where my favorite band's from, the Beatles. Uh, do you guys like the Beatles over there, being the history with them, or are you guys sick of them over there? Cat, quit chewing on my IV. She thinks it's a toy. I got this thing that goes from my arm, and she thinks it's her personal string to play with. I think I'm trying to get a cold. It's Oh, you love them. Yeah, I'm that's it's my favorite band. I grew up my dad playing them, and I know just about every one of their songs. I've always listened to them. I've always wanted to go down to where Abbey Road is and walk across it. No, he said that they still love him. They sent him to America for the money. That's why they sent him here. That's where all the rock and roll was at the time. Oh, I'm sorry you got a cold, real psychic. Uh, it just keeps coming this year. I've been sick with the flu and a cold and the flu again and then a respiratory infection and then now another head cold. It's like all this crap they're putting in the air. I swear, I think that they're putting stuff in the air with the chemtrails because there's a lot of people that have the flu. You're in Pennsylvania, Joe. Are you? Have you been sick too? Everybody's sick. There is a ton. There's a flu pandemic going on in the U.S. right now. It's really bad. Yeah, the chemtrails make it worse. And I didn't think that they sprayed them that much in Florida, but one of my friends caught him going to the airport. I guess I don't get out enough, you know. It's hard for me to get out with my leg. My left leg is completely clotted, so I can't walk on it a lot. I every time I go out, I catch something too. Well, thank you, Barb. Thank you. Good morning to you too. I'm sending strength and love to everybody as well. The chemtrails are bad in Pennsylvania. Yeah, that's where Robin's at, and that's he's always showing the chemtrails up there. From Robin's Hood, he's in Pennsylvania. I am in a really good mood today. I haven't slept yet, so it's still yesterday for me, but I am in a really good mood. Yeah, I'm okay if I stay at home too, real psychic, except for I have hospice coming in now. So the chaplain and the nurse and stuff like that, if they bring germs in with them. So, like, the longer I go by, I think I'm going to have to start wearing masks when everybody comes because I've gotten sick way too many times this year and I never get sick. And me getting sick could kill me. So, I really just have to be careful. Barb, what are you up to today? Where do you live at, Barb? What state are you in? Oh, she might not still be here. I'm sorry, I keep sniffing. I didn't realize I need to get some of that Vicks Vapor Rub stuff. I didn't realize how stopped up I am until just now when I got online. And you try to talk, and it's like I feel like I'm talking through my nose. So, do you guys have any questions, like about what I'm going through? Oh, I know when people go out and they're sick, why do they have to cough all over you and stuff? I don't know what fair flu is. I've never heard of fair flu. I need some of that though if it knocks you out because I need to be knocked out. I'm not sleeping. But yeah, people, you go out and they're sick and they go out and it's like, why are you going out if you're sick? You know, don't go out and spread it. I mean, they're literally, they say this is the worst flu season that there has been in years. And the flu virus, the flu vaccine is less than 10% effective. So it's not even working. I think it's the vaccine, when they get it, more people are getting sick from the vaccine than it's actually helping. And that's spreading it more. And I've had it twice already. I didn't think you could get the flu twice in 1 year. I thought, so there must be so many different strains going around. Where do you get that at? The fair flu. Do they sell it like Walmart? Is it like, oh, are you talking about Theraflu? The TEHRA Theraflu one? I've heard of Theraflu, but not Fairflu. And the little packet. Okay, all right, that we're on the same page then. So what have you guys been doing today? What time is it in Liverpool? Oh, it's okay. That's quite all right. No biggie deal. I might have read it wrong too, so I took my glasses off, so I could have read it wrong. Is it cold in Pennsylvania? 6 hours. See, now my niece is, I don't know exactly where she's at, but she's in England. Her husband's in the Air Force, and it's gotten pretty warm here today in Florida. I think it's supposed to hit 70. But then this is what's getting everybody sick is it's going to get cold again this weekend. So, it gets warm and then cold and then warm and then cold. I can't stay warm. I have electric blankets on. When it's hits 65, I have an electric blanket. But then I get hot and then I tear the electric blanket off, then I start freezing again. So I'm not too far from Boca Raton. I'm close, you know, that's over by Sarasota, isn't it? I think I'm about an hour from Boca Raton. Okay, maybe I'm thinking a little bit farther away. I'm about 30 minutes from Tampa, south of Tampa. That's one thing I love being in Florida during the winter because I do not like cold weather at all. Not at all. Well, thank you, Real Psychic. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just talking, but uh, I'd eventually like to see people get together and do some Bible scripture and stuff. I think that that would be fun. I need to get more people, you know, but I really would like to do some scripture. Well, that's all I know how to do is be real. I don't know how to be fake or um, make things up. I just talk about what's on my mind and I try to be honest and I try to treat people the way that I want to be treated and I just always, even if somebody's mean to me, yes, I did. I finally did get a shower in my or a bath. I took a really long hot bath, and I was so thankful for it, Barb. I'm telling you, the couple days that I couldn't even get up to go to the bath, I felt so gross, and I wanted to go take a shower so bad. My mom finally, she's like, you know, just will help you. I need to do more Bible too, real psychic. I really do. So my mom made up a detoxifying bath, and I got in there, and that helped a lot. I think I'm gonna do another one tonight. I've got to get some of these toxins out of my body. You know, I don't. Is it is it Job? Am I calling you? I I I see Jobez, but I'm Oh, it's okay, Barb. I don't know how to do anything, Joe. Okay, Joe. I don't know how to do anything, Joe, except for be strong because I've been doing this for so long. Yeah, it is horrible when you have no energy, and that's what a lot of this illness is. But I've been doing this for so long. I've been fighting for so long that I don't know how to do anything but fight. But I decided, hi, good to see you, Gary. I decided a long time ago. Well, I guess about last year. I decided after I had a major surgery, I just wasn't doing any more surgeries anymore, and the pain just got so bad. And I last time I went to the hospital, I had five doctors around me, and they were like, "Well, you know, we think it's time that you go into hospice." And well, thank you. I appreciate that, real psychic. I really do. I I just, you know, God gives me strength. That's really all it is. The only reason I'm not afraid and the only reason I can keep on going and doing what I do is because God. When I get scared or I think about something or I just know that he's going to have me when I leave this world and that he's got me while I'm here too. If it wasn't for him and if I wasn't saved and if I didn't have him in my life and if I didn't have him to turn to, I wouldn't be doing I don't even think I would still be here. I held on for a long time for a lot of people. I'm sorry about that, Joe. Some of my videos are rough, but you know, I told myself when I did this I was going to be real. I want my family to be able to go back and watch this, and I want to be. The other part reason I do this too is because I want people to see that if you have God in your life, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you're going through, you always have his strength to hold you up, and there's no reason to fear, none whatsoever. And that's part of the reason why I've done this. And part of it is I want my family to go back and see it. And part of it is I hope that maybe I will inspire somebody. Amen. Real psychic. Amen. Maybe I will inspire somebody, or maybe there's somebody I'll touch that, may not be saved and is looking and might come across my videos and say, God gave her that strength. Maybe he can do the same for me. And maybe if I could just touch one soul, one person. And I've already had a couple come to me and say that I've helped. And so to me that's reason enough. There's no, sometimes I get on this camera, I know I look terrible, and I'm just talking, I'm just doing whatever, but the thing is, I'm here doing it just because God has just told me to, and how dare I not listen to what he tells me to do. And I know there's been oh, I'm so sorry, Joe. That's a lot to go through a divorce after that long time. Well, thank you, Gary. That means a lot to me. I'm sorry, Joe, that you're going through a divorce after that time and closing your club. But maybe that's what God wants you to do. Maybe it's time to start over. I don't know about, he opens one door or closes a window and opens another one, and maybe he doesn't want you in the club business anymore. Maybe it's interfering with your salvation or something, and maybe it needs to be changed around. That's the only thing I can think. And even with what I'm going through, and knowing that I'm gonna die, my family was here during Christmas, and my sister was like, "This is so sad," and I'm like, "But and she was like, "Well, one of your friends got healed, and I don't understand, why aren't you being healed? You're a Christian." I said, "Well, all of our paths are different." I said, "Maybe my path is that I'm supposed to pass away, so that, because I'm not going to have a funeral. I've already decided that. I want my family to wait about 3 months, get together, and I want them to have a party. And I'm making scrapbooks for each of them with pictures of me with each family member, and I'm doing that. And there's the chaplain's going to do a memorial, and the only thing I told him I wanted him to say was, how could they make sure they see me again? And I have family members that aren't completely saved, that and some that don't believe in God at all. And I told him, I said, maybe my passing away might save a soul, and maybe that's why I've got to go. All of our callings are different. And my friend, maybe she was saved because she still has work to do here. Maybe my work is to go away to bring somebody else to God. And if that is what my calling is, and that, I agree, real like it would be a fresh start for Joe. And and God gives us all different fresh starts, just um, all of us different ways. And even me leaving here, it's not the end. It's just a different. It's a fresh start for me. For once, excuse me, I'm sorry, I have to hit this pain button. But for once, I won't be in pain. Yeah, I had a surgery that did me into. It's hard not working. Yeah, Gary, it is the truth, very much so. Hi, Ifilo, how are you? It's exactly the truth, and when I leave here, I won't be in pain anymore, and I've been fighting pain for 20 years now. And I'm tired. I mean, after a while it gets tiring, especially when my life was just, like Joe, I couldn't work, but I couldn't do anything for the past 5 years. Oh, thank you, Philo. I appreciate that. I'm glad I'm live too, just checking this out. and just wanted to come say hi to everybody. I was having a good day today, so I wanted to say hi to everybody. I I get sidetracked. I'm sorry. I forgot what I was saying, but that's okay. Yeah, Joe, I've been on pain medication too, and I'm on a lot now. I'm on strictly IV pain medication. That's what that is hanging up there on the wall. That's Dilaudid. And, oh, it's okay. We don't care about spelling and grammar here. Well, it's not what we're here for. We're here for to lift each other up. But yeah, I'm on IV Dilaudid, and that could, that is also not, it's not good for me, but it got to the point where I was in so much pain that I couldn't do anything. Yeah, I am very much happier today, Todd. I'm feeling a lot better today. I'm praise God, praise God, as I can say. Um, I finally, I still have a head cold, but I didn't sleep last night, so that might be why I'm so up and awake too. But I'm usually feel better at night. I'm more of a night owl, and I usually sleep during the day, and I'm up at night. My circadian rhythm is all messed up. But like I could go to sleep right now and sleep until 6 or 7 o'clock, but then I'll be up all night again. Yeah, I do the same thing too, Joe. I'll sleep for a couple days and then I'll be awake for a couple days. My sleeping habits are so messed up. And then they just upped my pain medication about 2 weeks ago now. And when they upped it, I slept for about a week straight. Yeah, mine are too, Joe. The pain medication will do that to you. Me too, Gary. I don't know what it is. I've tried everything. I can even take sleeping pills and still be awake. But boy, 7 o'clock come and that sleeping pill will knock me out and I'll sleep all day. And I'm trying really hard to stay up during the day because I want to spend time with my family, while they're up. And it's my mom and my dad, and they go to bed early, so it's kind of hard to spend time with them when I'm awake and they're asleep, and then I'm asleep when they're awake. But I just got to do what I got to do, because I finally I just have to get to the point where I crash. There, when I don't sleep, there's nothing that helps me sleep. I have gone as much as 14 days without sleep and finally had to be admitted to the hospital for it. That's kind of what wound me up in hospice too. The pain levels that I'm at, I can't explain the pain that I have. All I can tell you is the doctors tell you it's the worst kind of pain you can ever have because you got blood trying to go through your veins and it's not flowing, it's not going to your organs, and my pain doctor at the time that I had for 11 years, he said, he's seen grown men and women, cry, and he said he actually has even given somebody pain medication at a level 10 pain, them crying, and they actually died. They OD'd from him giving them the pain medication while they were still in that much pain. And they believe with hospice, I mean, we've already talked about this, they believe that it will probably be the pain medication that will take me before the actual clotting. Yeah, Joe, the pain medication isn't a cure all. I'm on so much Dilaudid. If people knew how much I was on, it's a very high amount. And um, hospice doesn't have a problem going up on it. Um, no, I don't. They don't. My legs don't get restless. It's only my left leg that's clotted, and it's clotted all the way through. There is no blood flow to it. When I stand up, it turns purple. The blood just pools down there. It can't flow back up. It burns. It it feels like there's acid running through my veins. It burns, and it feels like my leg is on fire. And then it swells really bad too. It swells really, really bad, and I have compressions at my kidney and at my systemic artery too. I Oh no, I can't think of the name of it right now. I'm so tired. I'm sorry. But it's right there at your my renal vein all the way down. Pretty much is compressed. Um, I missed that last message by you. I was born with this. Um, I was born with it, but we didn't know what it is. It's very very rare what I have. I have a couple different disorders, but basically what is happening is I have arteries that are going all the way up my leg and all the way up by my kidneys and up my bowels and everything that are compressing the veins. And they went in and they put in stents to they made me feel like, okay, you need to put these stents in or you're gonna die, you're clotting, blah 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 blah. And they put these stents in, and I'd never been the same since. The stents ended up, my body ended up rejecting them, and they put 10 in over time, and I kept telling them these stents are making me worse, but the doctors wouldn't listen to me. And because it's so rare, there's only about 300 people worldwide that have this, and the doctors are even rarer, and they're all up in the up by Washington, and I've been all over the country. I've had surgery from some of the best vascular surgeons in the world. And had I gotten to them before they did the stents, I might have lived. But because of the stents, I ended up having to have all those stents ripped out last year at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota. And when they did that, it was about 20 hours worth of surgery. I almost died. I lost 7 pints of blood. I started bleeding internally. And I just told myself, if I make it through this, I'm never doing this again, ever. And they rebuilt my whole, they kind of like plumbing, they rebuilt my whole venous system. And it was supposed to last 2 or 3 years. It's been almost about a year and 9 months. But 6 months after the surgery, I started clotting again. And I just said, there's no way I'm going to go through this, because I hadn't even, sorry, the cat is getting in the picture here. I hadn't even begun to heal very well. And I started clotting again. And I just said, there's just no way I'm going to do this again. So it's a condition where my veins collapse. Hi Melody, how are you? It's a condition where my veins collapse and the blood can't get through. But now, not beyond them collapse, because of all the stents that they put in my leg, my whole leg is clotted off. So my veins are compressed, and then my whole leg's clotted off, and the blood's trying to come up, and it's okay when I'm laying down, but whichever way I lay, blood pools. It doesn't ever flow the way it's supposed to flow. So it either pools in my back, in my kidney, in my leg, over by my heart, wherever it's at, it hurts and it burns. I hope you're feeling better, Melody. Well, Gary, the spirit of the Lord. If you go back through some of my videos, I don't look so hot. Today is just a better day. And I'll tell you, most of it is because I stayed up all night, so I'm kind of just hanging on from yesterday. I still feel good. If I had slept, I probably wouldn't be up. Um, but you know, I just try to. I thank you guys. That's very very kind, because I just had somebody tell me the other day that I looked horrible. It was somebody from Robin's Hood's thing. He was just being mean to everybody. Once he found out that I was dying, he took all his comments back. But oh, that's so nice, Philo. I feel honored to chat with each and every one of you. I really do. You guys are all very kind, and this has been a blessing to me. It's therapeutic to me to be able to talk to you guys. It's really, I don't know. I feel honored. I really do. Okay, Ingrid. I will try to remember that. I'm trying to remember everybody's names. It's a beautiful name. I like that, Ingrid. Where are you from, Ingrid? I'm sorry, I'm looking at my pain medicine thing. I'm hurting, so if you guys keep noticing me going back, it's my pain meds that I'm looking at. Yeah, um, you know, I would have shut some of that down, but that's Robin's channel and he can do what he wants to do, but I won't let anybody disrespect anybody in my channel. I don't want that. It's one thing to want to save a soul, but then there are just souls that that if they're going to cause that much disruption, I don't want them around. I don't want that negativity around me. I want the rest of what time I'm going to be here on earth to be positive. If I feel like, yeah, Robin does expose him, and I'm not saying anything bad about Robin. I love Robin to death. He's one of my really good friends. He has helped me through a lot. I'm just saying there are some that I would ban on my channel if that happened. I would I would expose them and then I would ban them because they're taking away from the true people. Yeah, they're taken away from the conversation, and I'm all about being positive right now, just trying to keep everything as positive as I possibly can. And so the I wouldn't let the trolls get to me. And if they started to get to everybody, the ones that are cussing people out and telling people to go make sandwiches and calling people fat and things like that, in my chat room, I would ban them. But Robin has the right to do whatever he wants to do in his because that's his, and he has a different method and he's a different person. And Robin and I have talked about this. At first, I talked to him about it, and I'm like, well, why don't you just ban him? He's like, because, I'm trying to reach him. And if he can handle that, that's fine. I personally can't handle that. I can for so long I can continue to tell somebody I'll pray for them, but if they're gonna pick on another subscriber of mine, I don't want that. And that's why every channel's different, and that and Rob and I talked about that, and he's just got a different approach. He just makes it comedic and fun, and that's fine. But with what I'm going through, I just want something different, and that's why I go and listen to Robin's channel because I enjoy some of the things that he does over there. But I just don't want the negativity here. That's all. That's all I'm saying. So exactly, I have to stay positive. And the other night there was one night that I had to leave Robin's channel because I was having a bad night and the negativity just got to me. And so I just left, and I told him that. And I'll go back another night, and then if there's more negativity, I'll leave. But it's not every night. It's just some people get on there sometimes. Yeah, that was that one night. And there's just some people want to get on there and they just want to bash and bash and bash, and then but then I felt like Robin's message got diluted that night because of the trolls. And I go to his channel because when he's out there, and especially back, when it was warmer out and he was able to go outside and walk with his dog and talk and stuff, and he would calm me down when I was having a bad night. And I think being cooped up in the house in the cold weather is getting to him because he likes to go out and walk his dog. Yeah, exactly, Melody, and that's me too. Robin feels like he can calm him down, and if he can handle that, that's great for him. I just and maybe a year ago I could have done the same thing, but I just can't do it now. I just can't. So I just have to walk away when it gets like that. No, I don't need the stress. You're right. All it does is cause me pain. So when it gets like that, I just back away. I will continue, and I believe with all my heart, I believe that no matter what anybody says to you or does to you, you just continue to show them love. And I had somebody in Robin's group that was doing that to me, and he was saying some really horrible things, and I just kept telling him I'd pray for him and stuff. And he said he didn't say the things he said, and he went through and he deleted all of them. But what he forgot is I have the notifications, and then he said, "Well, I didn't mean it. I didn't know you were in hospice." And I told the guy, I said, "Well, it doesn't matter if I'm in hospice or not. You shouldn't talk to anybody that way. There's no reason to speak to anybody that way." And I don't know why anybody would want to go into a room and just try to cause trouble. Just straight up just be mean to people just to be mean. I don't get it. I don't get why anybody has to be hateful and cruel. Except the only thing that that tells me is you have some sort of demon attached to you. If you have to go and just slam people and call people names to feel better about yourself. Yep, I understand that, Melody. I think it could be. I think it's a lot of things. I think that George Soros has hired people to go on the internet and hit conservative sites. I think that there are people out there that truly just do have hate and satanic stuff in them, and they just don't know the love of God. And and what don't you get, Gary? And yeah, I mean, I don't, there's no reason to be mean to each other. I mean, I think most people want to have good conversation and ask each other questions and get to know each other, and that's why we come on here. Yeah, yeah, I think some people, there are some people that just get on and just do it to entertain themselves because, and there's probably a lot of them that wouldn't do that if they weren't behind a keyboard. Yeah, the hatefulness, I don't. And there's a lot of people that would probably, and maybe they're picked on in other parts of their life. Maybe they hate life that much that the only thing that they enjoy is spreading the hate. Misery loves company. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Ingrid. Yeah, some men when they get together, they play that gotta be see who's tougher game. I'm just I yeah, I'm sorry, Ingrid. I will pray for that for you. I definitely will. I'll send up a prayer. As a matter of fact, I'll do that real quick right now. Maybe all of us could. Let's just say, please, Father, let Ingrid's husbands and sons, give her some gentleness and some peace in her house. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. That's what I'd like to see here is some fellowship. Um I want people to have a place that they can come and talk and they can feel like, we all care. Yeah, if you learn that when you're young. Hi, Robin. We were just talking about you. It was all good, I promise. I hope you're having a good day at work. So, but yeah, yeah, it must be why your ears are ringing. No, we were talking about how, I think how it got rough the other night in the room, and we were just talking about keeping things positive in here, and that you were able to handle the trolls in your room, but that I wasn't going to have them here because I can't handle it physically with my health. And we were talking about how just about that, and about how you're able to discern with them and talk with them, and that in here I would allow them to have one or two chances, but I wouldn't be able to handle that with my health, and we were talking about that. So that's all we were talking about. Yeah, we appreciate how you can get to them. We were talking about that and how you pull them out. I just don't have the strength to argue with somebody. No, not say argue. To I just don't have that strength in me. A year ago, I could have probably done that, which you do, Robin, with the trolls and and have a one-on-one and debating. It's like a debate. I used to love to debate, but I can't do it anymore because it takes a lot out of me. Yeah, and that's what I was saying, and I was saying that sometimes I feel like it does take away from what we're talking about with you, but I understand why you do it because you have that gift to do it. So those days when I can't handle it, I just walk away, and then I say I'll come back another day when Robin's doing something else. And I used to be like that too. I used to be able to debate with people and and try to get them to see my side and go back and forth and back and forth. But with my health, the stress just isn't good for me anymore. So I said that, in this environment, I wouldn't allow it to happen because I just can't physically. It's just too much for me. You have the strength to do it. You're healthy. You have the strength to do it. You can do it. And that's all we were talking about. And we appreciate how you got to them, but sometimes I do miss the conversations. That's why I like, I do hate sometimes that it pulls away from some of the topics that we have with you, but I understand why you do it, and somebody has to do it, because some of these people, unless you get somebody that's a strong soul that can give them that discernment and go back and forth with them, they're not going to they're not ever going to come to Christ. And so, how do you don't know how many people you have reached doing that. And I wish I could still do that. I really do. I used to be a great debater. I used to, in high school, we would people would tell me that I was a great debater, and I used to love doing it, but it's just too much for me now. Yeah, I used to love it, Melly. I used to love debating and going back and forth, and it used to be a big part of me, but now I'm too tired to do it. Yeah, yeah, I get that, Robin, and and you do a good job with it, and and that I do believe that's your gift. I believe that was my gift at one time, but now I believe my gift is just to try to win people over with love and kindness. I think getting sick has been one of the best things that's happened to me because it has changed me. And there are, God needs people. He gave you your gift because He needs people like you out on the front lines. But He gave me my gift because He needs people like me out on the front lines too. Because there are all different kinds of people in this world that have to be reached differently. And some need to be reached by people like you, and some need to be reached by people like me. And some will run from my type of, they just would shut down and walk away, and some others will walk away from your type of the way you try to reach them. So that's why He gives us all different gifts. Exactly. We all have jobs to do, each one of us. So, are you working hard today, Robin? Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. Not sleeping last night. Yeah, I do. It was weird. Robin popped in here and we were talking about that, and I just didn't want him to get the wrong opinion that we were, when I told him we were talking about him, so I wanted to make sure I explained that. So even just telling him that, and um, it got me worked up trying to explain to him, because I want to make sure he understands what I was saying. Yeah, that's true, Robin. But at least they do admit to you. I just in my room, I just don't. I wouldn't allow it just because I can't handle it. You can, and that's a different scenario. So, but I'm and that's why there's all different kinds of formats on YouTube, and there's just all different kinds of things. So that, like, we're all here to do a different job, and I admire you for what you do. You know, you handle it pretty good most of the time. We all have our moments where, you know, we don't do things exactly the way God would like for us to do, and we say, "Oh, I wish we could have gone back and done it this way or that way," you know. But for the majority of it, you handle it very well, and you know, I'm glad I found all of you too, and I know a lot of you have come over to my room from Robin's room, and I appreciate that. I feel blessed that that I have gotten some of his subscribers to come over and talk to me, and I've made a lot of friends through his room, and like I was telling them, Robin, you have been a good support to me. I mean, you and Karen, you know, for months now have been a really integral part of my support, and you know, getting through this hospice thing, and you don't know how much that means to me. So, you know, I know there's sometimes when I say things to you, and and I know you got yourself and you know what you're doing, but I still worry about you because that's what brothers and sisters in Christ do. They worry about each other, and they take care of each other, and they want the best for each other. And so sometimes, you know, in the beginning, like a couple weeks ago, when I didn't understand what was going on with the troll thing, and I thought that they had gotten to you, and then you explained it to me, and I realized that it was just you and the way you were handling them, you know. So it just takes time. Yeah, yeah. There is no rush. So, well, we'll definitely. I'll be on your channel later then to see you when you go live, Robin. Thanks for coming in and talking to us. It kind of threw me for a loop when we were sitting there talking about his channel, and he came in. It was like his ears were ringing, and we were talking about you. But we were talking good about you. I promise, Rob. Oh, I did watch the Walmart video this morning too. Sorry, I'm sitting here with my cat. She's still playing with my IV. I was I wanted to try to make sure I was explaining that to him right, because I wouldn't want anybody to think that we were sitting in here talking bad about anybody else's channel or anything like that. So I wanted to make sure I explained that to him, and I think I made myself all nervous trying to explain that to him, because it was just weird that he came in right at the time that we were talking about it, and I thought, oh goodness. No, he is, and he knows how much I can. We have become really good friends. I made this channel. The very first video I made. Well, this channel's been up for years. It was my daughter's channel, and I had put it up, and I put it in my name so that I could watch what she was doing when she was a teenager. So it's been up forever. But the very first video I made was months ago when I was in the hospital. And thank you, Todd. I appreciate that. It just threw me for a loop that he came in, and I just wanted to make sure I explained it all right. But yeah, so that's why I did that. But the very first video that I made was to him on here. And then his stepmom reached out to me. She saw my video and she reached out to me, and we text every morning and every night. We'll say good morning to each other, and we'll say good night to each other every morning and every night. We might skip a day here or there. And then I was talking to Robin kind of on his channel, and then he knew I wasn't a troll, and then he saw my situation and what I was going through. And then as I was texting his stepmom, I was asking him questions, and then she finally just gave me his number. And so he and I started texting about things. So for months now, I've known Robin, and when he's when the during Christmas, my family came, and I wasn't online at all. I was with my family, and so I didn't watch any of his videos or anything. And then I came back, and all this Richie from Boston stuff was up, and I really didn't know what was going on. But I had all the videos. I went to Robin because he called me. He always called me, watching him walk around with Bowie outside and talk about Harold camping, and the tribulation and rapture and things like that. Just listening to him, for some reason, it always gave me a calming effect. And then I came back, and all I heard was Richie from Boston, Richie from Boston, Richie from Boston, and it seemed like he was angry. And so he and I talked about that. I finally went to him because I was concerned, because I thought that he had gotten stuck on this. And then we talked about it, and he explained to me. No, I know he is, and he knows we're good friends, and I know he wouldn't. It just I haven't slept. I'm on a lot of medicine, and he knows that. He knows better. But and I'm 100% honest with him. And I when I was concerned, when I thought, at first, when I came back and all this Richie from Boston was up, I was very concerned for him, and I went to him and I talked to him. But then that's when he explained to me what he was doing, and he was calling them out, and we talked about it. And that's when I realized that his gifts were different than mine. I missed his the things that he was doing before, but his calling had moved on, and I had to realize that. Because I wasn't on the scene for 2 weeks and I had missed all that, I didn't understand what had happened. I just came back on and everything was different. But after talking to him, we got it all figured. I got it all figured out, and then I realized, and it hit me, and God basically told me, "Look, he has his gift. You have yours. Ingrid has hers. Barb has hers. Todd has his. Gary has his. Joe has his. Melody has hers. We all have our gifts, and we don't. Sometimes you know what they are." I see RFB wear orange a lot, and I didn't know that it meant 33 in gematria, though. That's okay, Melody. You do what you need to do. I watched RFB. Okay, I'm just gonna say this real quick, and then I'm not. We're not. I really don't want to get into RFB either, but I watched RFB, and I have been subscribed to him, but from the get go, I felt something was off, and I never really um, put much into what he said, because it just didn't feel right. And then I knew some, and I'll tell you this, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say about it. In his intro, something, every time I listened to the intro of his music, something just felt like it was grinding in my head. And then I found a video that showed, it proved, because it took a guy took a frequency modulator, and he proved that at the beginning of RFB's thing, there is white noise played in that part where it goes RFB. And I just know that it felt like a drill was going through my head every time I heard it. And when that became apparent to me that I was right about that, I just quit watching altogether. So I really don't watch him. I hear what other people say, that he's on the road and then he doesn't shower and stuff like that, but I don't really want I don't I don't really care what he does. He's not. I don't follow his channel. The things that he tells me are pretty much common sense to me. Yeah, yeah. And Alex Jones is another one of them too. I don't watch that either. So I'm more just I try to stay with the people that talk about God and talk about fellowship and about you know take care of your fellow man, humanity, and what we can do, you know, to make this earth right again, to spread love and happiness and kindness and peace. And I try to stay away. I mean, I don't even read political stuff anymore because all of it is just this whole society is geared up to make everybody angry. Yeah, I might be. This whole society is geared up to make everybody want to fear and be angry and to part. And that's not what I want. I want to see love, kindness, positivity, people come together. That's where my focus is at. I don't care about what color shirt somebody has on. I don't care. I care about are my friends and the people I care about are they healthy? Do they have food to eat? Are there people out there that are hurting that need help? Is there people that are at warfare, spiritual warfare? Those are the things that I try to focus on. I pray for every soul on this earth. I mean, I don't name everybody separately, but I pray for everybody every day. Everybody, the people in power, all the way down to just the everybody. I pray that we're all on the right path, and that I don't want to see not one single person not have salvation. I've wondered that too, Ingrid, and I think that I don't. And then the one thing that God told me when I thought about that, and for a while I did, I kind of put the Bible off, and I said, okay, I believe that the elite has made the Bible, and what I think has happened is anything after the original 1611 Bible. You take King James Bible first of all. The King James Bible, King James was gay. His lover was Lord Buckingham, which was Buckingham Palace is named after him. I don't think God would let the elites change his word unless you take a Bible like the New International. There are actual words that are changed. So you have to be careful, and that's why you need a strong concordance Bible to go back and actually read the Greek and the Hebrew words and get a 1611 companion Bible. Because, yes, because the reason that you need to do that is because there are words that are changed. And when they take these words and they're changed, and they took them over from Hebrew and Greek to English, they changed the meaning, and it changes the meaning of the Bible. The Bible has been under attack because when they took it from Hebrew and Greek to English, they changed the versions. And then when they took it down to like New International Version and NLT and stuff like that, they basically took it down to Bibles for Dummies, and they changed the words. And when they changed the words, it changed the meaning. It's like a lot of people actually believe that Eve ate an apple off a tree. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that Eve ate an apple from a tree. It says that she ate from the tree of knowledge. And if you read in your scripture, and I'm not going to get into a whole lot of this because I'd have to pull out my Bible and I'd have to show you the words, but technically, and this all boils down, and all this can be proven. Hey, Sarah, all this can be proven, but technically, what I believe, and this is what I believe from reading the original 1611 Companion Bible, using my Concordance Bible, going back and looking at the words, I believe that Eve actually had sex with Satan. And if you look in the Bible, it talks about Adam begotten Cain being his son. Nowhere in the Bible does it say Abel is. It never ever says Abel is from his lineage. So, but it does talk about them being twins and stuff. So she got pregnant. First, she had sex with Satan, and she got pregnant with I'm getting mixed up here with him, but okay. And then she got to know her husband, and that's when she knew she was naked, and that's how God knew she had had sex with him, because she knew she was naked. And that was she didn't eat an apple. She didn't go eat from this tree. That is all a parable. It's something that if you have the original Bible, but when in the Bible, and I need to pull it out, there's a word in the 1611 Bible. It talks about, basically it says he defiled her. It doesn't say she ate from a tree of knowledge. The original Bible, the 1611 Bible, says he defiled her. Beguiled. That was the word. Thank you very much, Sarah. He beguiled her. In my 1611 Bible, it says he beguiled her. Beguiled means to seduce. Okay, so when you have a new NLT Bible, it talks about eating fruit off the tree of knowledge. That has nothing to do with beguiling somebody. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. I've been up for 2 days and I'm on medicine and I don't have the book in front of me. That's the word I was using. But okay, so that's what happened. But there are so many people that actually believe that she ate an apple and that this whole apple is what causes. No, she had sex with him. I'm going to go back and read some of these comments. Don't judge a book by its cover. It's Cain's father. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so tired right now. Things. Yes, Cain is the son of Satan. See, I thought I had it backwards, and that's what I was saying, Masters, and I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm really tired. I do know them, and I know I had it backwards. I was trying to figure out which one is which. I've been up for 2 days. I'm on a lot of medication, so you guys forgive me. But I'm just trying, and I appreciate the help here. I really do. You know, Ingrid, I did my ancestry DNA test, and I wish I never would have too, because it scares me for them to try to figure out too. I don't believe he ever was a serpent, Melody. I believe that is just the God's way of showing that, describing what he was demonically. See, I didn't ever look to see if mine is RH negative or not. I'm going to have to look. I'm a redhead, so technically I should be RH negative, but I don't know. Well, you know, yeah, you need to get an older copy of the Bible, Todd. The best one to get is a 1611 Companion Bible. And and then get a Strong's Concordance to go with it. Hi, Ed. Yeah, me too, Melody. We do have a lot. Maybe we find out we do our ancestry test, we might be related or something. Oh, you're welcome, Todd. They're kind of it's like probably about $50 for them, but it's well worth it. It really is. Yeah, you never know. You truly don't. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that don't understand that that Cain and Abel were half brothers, and that and that's why Cain killed Abel. And a lot of people don't understand that that one of them was the son of Satan. But if you read in the lineage, it never even talks about Cain being Adam's son. Well, I know it's not. I don't think it's my dad, unless you were up in the Michigan, Ohio area. I don't. You never know, though. My dad has some, supposedly some brothers and sisters that he doesn't know about. So maybe it's one of them. No, my dad was in Ohio. I don't think he's ever been to Jersey. But you never know. As far back as it goes, even when I did my ancestry DNA, it said that I had I'm 2% Asian. I'm like, where did that come from? But I wonder too why they wanted to get all these ancestry tests done, and I only did it because somebody told me it could help me with my health, and then I wished after I did it that I wouldn't have done it. I just wonder if the government's storing that up, and they could have little samples of me and be cloning me for all I know. I want to tell you guys something about this. Is really weird too, and I showed this to my family because I didn't know what this was. But about 2, 3 years ago, I got a letter in the mail, and it said, "This is It says we are sending you this letter because I don't know exactly what it said. This is not verbatim by any means, and this is kind of just a general idea of what the letter said. But it says, that I was somebody of importance, and that I was getting this letter, and it was a secret letter, and I shouldn't let anybody know that I was getting this letter. But it was an organization that was contacting me because they were interested in me becoming part of their organization. And it said if you knew who some of the people were in our organization, you would be shocked at some of the well-known names that have asked us to reach out to you. And it says, and it told me not to tell anybody. And I read the letter to my family. I laughed about it and I threw it away. But I've never seen another one. I've never heard of anybody else getting one, and I've always wondered what that was. No, I want to keep talking, Todd. I'll let you know. I just know that I'm tired, and I'm in pain, but on medicine and stuff, and I might make mistakes, but that doesn't mean that I don't. I'm enjoying talking to you guys. Masters, I don't know why Asians aren't in the Bible at all. But I believe that God put everybody here for a reason. So, oh, that's weird, Gary, about that Bible. I haven't ever read the Targum. Is that how you say that, Sarah? Gary, I would definitely send that to somebody. Maybe I don't know what I could tell you about it, but I would definitely find somebody to look at that and see it. Well, thank you, Sarah. I appreciate my love and prayers are with you too. My love and prayers are with you all. I wondered why I got that letter, and I wonder if it had something to do with my red hair at the time, because we are a rare, and then having red hair and blue eyes is the rarest of all. And so I've got that, and I don't know where that letter came from. Yeah, I'm a flat earther. I'm what I believe. I'll tell you what I believe. I believe this is what I believe. I believe that if you take an orange and you cut it in half, that's what the world looks like, and that we go around the world like a disc shape rather than around the world like a sphere. But then on top of the orange, I believe there's a dome. So I do believe that we could still be a sphere, because I do believe that there has to be an underneath, the hollow part, for where the devil and all of his fallen angels live. So I do believe that we could be a sphere, but that we are encased in a firmament. That is what I believe. Um, Gary has a Bible that is Masonic melody, and it has a Masonic symbol on it, and it has names where you can write your Freemason on there, and he's curious what it is. Yeah, Gary, I love to see it. I can just give you my email address, and or you can text it to me. If you can go inside and pray where, Ingrid. Yeah, see, she said the Targum, not Talmud. I've never heard of the Targum. I've heard of the Talmud, but I never heard of the Targum. I've heard of things in the Talmud masters, and it made me sick. I was told that they believe that you can have relations with children as young as 3 years old. That it's just as bad as the Quran. The same saint, the letter that I got, it's not too much. I just got a letter in the mail, and it said that I was somebody special. It said that it was a secret society that was contacting me, and that there was something special about me that they wanted, and that I wasn't ever supposed to tell anybody about the letter. But it said that if I wanted to join their secret society, that I would be surprised who was a part, the famous people or whatnot. I don't know what it was this day. It was 3, 4 years ago. I read it to my family. We kind of all laughed it off and threw it away, but I've never seen anything like it before. I've never heard of anybody getting one. So it kind of made me wonder, just what it was. I've never heard of it. It was just, well, thank you, Real Psychic. Oh, okay. I just have never seen anybody else get one since. I figured it was a scam or something too, and I just threw it away. But I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't really care. Even if it was something like that, I wanted no part of it. Sarah, no, I don't believe you're a troll. I told Robin you were all good. I've tried to tell him. He's just very skeptical right now. He's been attacked a lot, but no, nobody's going to be attacking anybody here. I'm glad to hear somebody else has gotten one, Singing Saint, because I never heard of anybody else getting one, and it freaked me out when I got it, but I mean a little bit, but I just kind of laughed it off and threw it away. Oh, I love you too, Sarah. And this is a place of fellowship and love, and there won't be any of the troll thing here. I will kick them out. I don't. I have no tolerance for that whatsoever. Yeah, it was weird saying it. The letter I got, it was just weird. Oh, that's sweet melody. Red hair and blue eyes is less than 2% of the population, I believe, and I think wait a minute, redheads are less than 2% of the population. red hair and blue eyes is supposed to be less than 1% of that or something. It's the rarest. I mean, we're even albinos are 11% of the population or something. It's the most rare you can possibly be is what I read. The rocket that wait a minute, that guy that did the rocket, it stopped at the dome. Is that the one that just did that? Flat Earth Rocket 2014. Is that the name of a video masters on YouTube? Sarah, I am bad about checking my email, but I will do that, and I would definitely love to talk to you. Well, thank you, Singing Saint. I'm trying. I'm for as long as I've been up and as medicated as I am, I appreciate that. I just know that whatever comes first isn't going to be him. And this is what I can tell you, Ingrid. When something comes out of the sky and they say it's Jesus and it looks like that picture in the church, the blonde hair, blue eye, good looking Jesus, that's not going to be him. Jesus was a humble, what they would say, kind of homely looking man. He's not going to look like some glamorous model. He's going to be humble, and he might look like a homeless person for all we know. But the first one coming claiming to be Jesus isn't going to be Jesus. He was homely looking. The Bible even says that he was nothing special. Oh, thank you, Gary. I appreciate that. I believe with all my heart that Jesus could have been either African American or Middle Eastern, possibly even Egyptian. We don't know. None of us really know. And these people that are racist. He was a master builder and architect, but looks wise, he was a humble, and they even said kind of homely character that most people would not have been attracted to Jesus as this. They didn't want people to be attracted to him like this blonde hair, blue eyed Jesus. I didn't mean homely like. I'm just saying he wasn't this good looking Forbes or not Forbes GQ guy that everybody that they show in these pictures. There is not a picture recorded of Jesus because he didn't want one recorded of him. The Catholic Church made that picture of Jesus, the blonde hair, blue eyed one. Christy, you sent me an email too. I'm bad about checking my email. I will check it today. I'm really, really bad about it. I will check it today and I will look for it. How long ago was it? Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Sarah, that his skin is darker. Okay, Kirsty, I'll look back. I'm so sorry. I just went through a medication change where they upped my medicine last like a week and a half ago, and I slept for a really long time, and I'm sorry I forgot all about that. You have to forgive me. I'll check my email when I get off here. Oh, I would love to see that, Sarah. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm so sorry. It completely blanked my mind. I honestly, I don't even remember you. I remember you now telling me about the video, but I'm so bad about email. No, he won't be down here at all. And one of the things I've heard is that, yeah, we are lucky to live in this time, Melody. We really are. One of the things I've heard is that the Quran says that Muhammad is going to come down with Jesus, and Jesus is going to tell everybody that Muhammad is the real prophet. I mean, the real Messiah, and that Jesus isn't. And I think that could be a real possibility of when what the Antichrist is. That when if that happens, if that could possibly happen, and then that would be the Antichrist. We know it wouldn't be Jesus, but that's what the Quran says. It says that Muhammad will come back with Jesus, and Jesus will say, "I'm not the real Messiah. He is." And I think that that's who the Antichrist will be if that happens that way. It would be a good way to, for the, but I don't know. Well, I know I've read a lot of stuff, and the Vatican, as small of a city as it is, they have enough money that they could stop world hunger and feed the world, the whole world. And I've read that they have Nephilim built under there, that they have in big cages, and that they have the Nephilim and all the things that they say is going to come back, like the days of Noah, that they have all that stuff stored. And then, of course, the Vatican has all the real scripture too. So they have to show us, I do believe, and we get to see foresights of what's going to happen, and they tell us and they put it right in our face. But too many people are just asleep, and they don't hear it, they don't see it, they don't care. I saw that guy. Yes, Sarah, I saw that guy on CNN. He's gonna get Kuru like them. Well, half these people, like the Queen and all them, they eat babies and stuff, and they take those babies and put special they put special, I don't know, they wrap them in gold foil, and they put these spices on them, and they cook them in these ovens, and then they eat them. It's really, hi Cleopatra. It's really gross to hear, but I've heard it many times. And then about, oh, hold on a second, my pump's doing something. I'm sorry, you guys. Hold on a second. I don't know why, but my pump just occluded. Okay, sorry about that. Um, I got to get back to the comments now. But anyways, about, I don't know, about 6 months ago, there was the babies. They found a guy carrying six babies in a suitcase through the airport, and they were wrapped in that gold foil and stuff. I believe these people are doing all kinds of sick things. The Vatican, I believe they're into pedophilia, and I believe that they're behind Hollywood and all this stuff that's going on with the actors and actresses and stuff. And um, I don't know. It's just it's a wonderful time that we live in, that we're gonna get to see this, but there's a lot of sickness going on out there too, and I can't wait for the Lord to come back and to take away the corruption in the world. Sarah, I'll have to watch that video. I haven't seen it. What's it called? I can't wait, Gary. I so can't wait. Cleopatra, you just got to give it to God. Quit taking it back from yourself and let God give it to you. Give everything to Him. Yeah, I'm ready to go home too, Melody, and I don't think it's going to be long. Well, I'm going to tell you guys something that that happened to me, and this all happened as over a span of the last time that I was in the hospice house. I went in to get my pain meds adjusted, and I swore I never would go back after this. But okay, I was in the hospice house, and normally when I watch something on YouTube, especially if it's a new like somebody I haven't subscribed to or watched before, I'll always plead the blood of Jesus Christ over. I try to any video I watch, plead the blood of Jesus Christ over it. You know, have God watch over me. Don't let anything get to me. You know that shouldn't or whatever. And I was watching this video about this girl that said that she wanted to become a Christian, or how she said how I got saved. And she was a hypnotist, and she was telling me about this guy she was dating. It was a video that she had done, and she was telling about this guy that she had started dating. And she was dating him, and she said, you know, she normally dated women. She didn't even want to go out with this guy. But then all of a sudden, the next thing she knew, he was in her life. And she started dating him, and she no just started noticing that she started having real bad anxiety. And when this guy would leave, she would worry where he was at, and she didn't even want to be in a relationship, but she all of a sudden just felt all this. And then she said that, you know, they played around a couple times. She noticed that he'd be gone for a couple days at a time, and he'd come back. And then one time he talked her into going into the astral realm, and she went with him. And then she said he would disappear, and he would sleep for days at a time, and then he'd come back, and she wouldn't want him to go. And she said she just noticed she felt this obsession with him. And then she said she started getting attacked kind of in her sleep. And she said basically it boils down to she found out that he was a Satanist, and that he was playing around in the astral realm. So well, I'm watching this video, and she was talking about how, and I'm gonna tell you something very personal. So this is, but I went into sleep. I fell asleep while I was watching this, and then I woke up to sleep paralysis, and I knew everything that was going on in the room. And I felt this man crawl up on top of me, and he started sucking on my neck, and I felt this weight and everything. And right then I screamed out, in the name of God, or Jesus, be gone. And I woke up like that. And I got up, I got on Facebook, and I went to, and I'm sorry I'm not reading the comments right now. I'll read them when I get done. I went on Facebook to this group that I go to pray, and I told them what happened. I'm like, please pray for me. This was very scary. And being in the hospice house, I know that there were spirits in there, and lots of people died in there that, you know, probably weren't saved and stuff. And I didn't know what was going on. And somebody told me it was the spirit of incubus, succubus, and that it and that's what this video and this girl was talking about this. And then this happened to me, and so I prayed over it, and I prayed to God, and then I went to bed that night. And I was having a dream, and I had a dream that we were on the way to me, my dad, my mom, and my brother were all on the way to somewhere for me to get my leg fixed. And we got out and we were at this really fancy hotel, and I couldn't figure out why we were at this fancy hotel. And all of a sudden, I looked around and everybody was gone. I couldn't find my family. And then people started panicking. And people were going everywhere. So I went with them, and then all of a sudden I noticed where I was falling down. People are running, people are screaming, people are doing everything. I woke up again in like the sleep paralysis mode, and I don't watch TV, so I didn't have the TV on the whole time I was there. The nurses were making fun of me because I didn't ever watch TV. And I might turn it on every once in a while for something, but I didn't turn it on the whole time I was there, and I hadn't had it on. And I woke up, and the first thing I did is I go back to Facebook because I wanted to go back to that group again and tell them, oh, it just happened to me again. Not the same way, but but I just went through sleep paralysis again. As soon as I opened Facebook, I saw the shootings up for Las Vegas. What was going on in Las Vegas? This was the night that the shootings happened in Las Vegas, and that's how I found out about it. And I saw the videos from Las Vegas. It had just happened, and it was exactly what had happened in my dream. And I had been asking God to show me ways that I was, that He was in my life and I was on the right track and stuff. Thing was, I never heard a gun. I never once heard a gun. I just saw people dropping and people running and people panicking. Now, there's more that goes to this dream that happened the next day, but I'm kind of going to go back through the comments and read. But the thing was, you guys, I told the staff. None of the staff knew it had happened because it had just happened. I had no idea how this happened, but I was there. I wasn't physically there, but I was there. And I don't know if you guys believe that or not, but I was taken off in my dream and I was there. And I know I was there because I saw the chaos. I felt the chaos. I'm not gonna tell y'all the rest of the other part of the dream, but because it's about the Antichrist, and when I was reading Sarah's post, but I'm not, I don't know how to tell you, but the night of the shootings, somehow I got to see what was happening as it was happening, even though I was in a hospice house thousands of miles away. I saw what was happening, and the TV wasn't on. I had been asleep. It had just happened, so I don't know how else to explain what I saw, except for, well, I came home the next day and I had another dream. I had been asking God to give me dreams to show me that I wasn't doing the right thing with my life about going through hospice and stuff. And I came home the next day and I had a dream about, I didn't realize it was about the Antichrist until I saw it later. Yeah, I had a vision, and but then he took me into a dream the next night. And this is what happened in the dream. I'm gonna tell you guys about it because it, it it's really short, and but it was weird how it happened. My sister is homosexual, and I like I said, I've been asking God to show me that I was on the right path, and that He was there with me to show me something, because I had been hearing, reading all this stuff, watching these videos on YouTube, and I hadn't felt anything or done anything, and I just wanted to know. I don't know why. I just wanted to know that He was there, and I kept begging Him to show me something, and almost regretted doing this because of what I saw. But my sister and her girlfriend come up to me, and they asked me to go to school with them, and I'm like, okay, we'll go to school. So we went to school, and at first it started out like it was a high school, and we had to go to class and everything, and we were the age we are now, and we're going to this class. But this whole place is fun. It's just all about fun. But I knew immediately all the people around were there were a bunch of homosexual people. There were a lot of people drinking, partying, music playing, just this big, huge party. And my sister's ex-wife had been there, and she had left. And then we saw her up on a TV projection, and she was bleeding from the waist down. Her daughter was standing there, and then I remember that going away. And all of a sudden, the whole crowd kept saying that I was different than them. I was different than them, but they wouldn't tell me what was different about me. They just told me, and they kept telling me I had to prove myself. And I didn't know what to do. And my sister was like, she's like, don't worry, I'll help you. You know, she was doing this under her breath. And this really good looking guy came up, and he was standing up on this big, huge platform, and he was telling me that I had to do certain things to prove to him that I wasn't what they thought I was. And at the time, I didn't understand what was going on. And they told me I had to throw a ball. And I couldn't throw a ball to save my life. I never could. So I don't know if this was something psychological at that point in time. So I go get the ball, and I'm throwing the ball. And the guy runs and he catches it because I didn't throw it right. And so I didn't get the ball there, but he ran and got the ball and made me get it there. And then he told me I had to name the color, and my sister's over there whispering the color to me, blue, blue, blue. So I yelled at blue. And this is going on. It's taking a whole lot longer, and there's a whole lot more detail in this, but it's been a long time ago. And the next thing I know, this guy says, you win, you're part of us now. And he jumps down and he flies off with me. And this most gorgeous guy I've ever seen, these bright blue eyes, just really, really gorgeous. And he flies off with me. And okay, when I went in there, I was sick like I am now. And as he flew off with me, I was healed. And I thought, and I was scared of heights. And I remember thinking, I'm not afraid of heights, you know. And he was just flying away with me, and that was the end of the dream. And when I woke up, it took me about 15 minutes to realize what they were crucifying me for. They were crucifying me because I was the only Christian there. And I gave in. I realized how easily I gave in to all their things by letting everybody around chant. They were laughing. There was a lot of laughing going on and chanting and people telling me the answers and stuff. I mean, it was a whole lot more in detail. And then I was watching YouTube, and there was a video that came up, and it says, is this the face of the Antichrist? This was about a week later. And I had told my mom about this dream, and I start screaming. I'm like, Mom, 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 come here. And that video, and the name of the video, and you can look it up, it's on YouTube. The name of the video is called, Is This the Face of the Antichrist? In the video, the picture of the guy that they have, he is nowhere in the video. The video is a car commercial, and it's talking about the Illuminati. But the picture of the guy that I saw in my dream a week later is the same guy that was on the YouTube video that they use for the thumbnail, except for he had black eyes in that picture, and in my dream he had blue eyes. And I swear to God, to this day, and you can go look up the video, Is This the Face of the Antichrist? He doesn't appear in the video anywhere, but he was in my dream. But like I said, he had blue eyes, not black eyes. But I don't know why he was in my dream, and then how he showed up on the TV a week later and is the thumbnail of something that was about a car commercial. But the video is an interesting video to watch. It's a very interesting video to watch because of the way they do the Illuminati stuff. But that freaked me out, and I haven't asked to have any more dreams since then. And I'm not saying that's who the Antichrist is going to be. I'm not saying that at all. I just think it was God speaking to me. I've lost my comments. Hold on. Do you have trouble with sleep paralysis, real psychic? If you do, all you have to do is pray and tell, and when it's happening, call on Jesus Christ and it'll stop. You'll be most accurate with your throwing after your transformation. Sarah, that freaks me out because that feels like what they were telling me with the ball in my dream. And that I was going to be transformed once I threw that ball. Yes, Cleopatra, definitely be careful what you ask for. Thank you, Todd. That it was kind of hard to share that because my dad made fun of me. He didn't believe me about the Las Vegas thing. He's like, "You heard it on your TV." I'm like, "How can I hear it on a TV I wasn't watching?" And he's like, "Well, somebody else in the place had to have known." Okay, well, I'm in a hospice house where 90% of the people are dying. They're not watching TV. And when I woke up, the nurses didn't even know about it because it had just happened. I'm the one that let them know that what was going on. Yeah, real psych. Yeah, dreams can tell you what's going to happen, and that could very well be the face of the Antichrist. But I'm telling you guys, you should look up that video, anyways. Like I said, it's called "Is This the Face of the Antichrist?" and watch the video because it shows the car going in and out, and it swoops around, and it talks about the Illuminati. It's a really weird video, but it's really cool. But thank you guys for listening. I never got into any new age stuff. At one point in time, when I first woke up, the devil tried to convince me that yoga and the chakras were the only way that if opening your chakras were the only way that you could get to heaven. They tried to convince me of that when I first woke up, and I believed that for about a week, and then God shook me out of that real quick. Yeah, anything against Christ is Antichrist. It's like when people say, well, who's the Antichrist? Well, there's a lot of Antichrists. I mean, anybody that doesn't have the Spirit of Christ in them is an Antichrist. So there have been hundreds and hundreds of Antichrists. And but there hasn't been that one Antichrist. You spent 3 years where, Melody? Oh, and the chakra thing, the New Age. I would have to say my gift is being able to discern people, Sarah. And I know when things are going to happen. I have a very good intuition and gut about people and things that are going to happen. That's why I was trying to tell Robin, if he listens to me about trolls, I can tell who's a troll and who's not right away, just because I have that discernment. I just know people. I can tell somebody's a good person. I can talk to them through Facebook, on the phone. I can meet them for 5 seconds, but God will just tell me right away. Well, Melody, I'm glad I didn't get stuck there for 3 years. I was so confused though when it happened, when I first woke up and all that happened. But um, I did for a while. I actually started to believe that Jesus was a yogi master, and that's what he really came down here to tell everybody, was that, and he was trying to teach people about lining up your chakras and open everything up, and then that's how you got to heaven, that you would never leave this matrix. And I thought we were in a matrix all this time. So I went through that for a couple of weeks probably, and then I came out of it. Yeah, I prayed about it, and I prayed about it, and I prayed about it, and I was told to get back in my Bible, and that Jesus was exactly who God told me he was, and to not let, um, to not let it. It was basically, when I woke up, it was the devil trying to deceive me and get me that to believe that, he wanted to take me down the wrong road. Yeah, I could see that happen, Melody, with losing a loved one. And, you get angry at God and stuff too, and you start questioning life. And that's a really easy time for Satan to get into your mind and start trying to play around and make you, and get you to believe differently. That he's very conniving like that. When I woke up, Ingrid, I've been saved. I've been Christian all my life, but when I'm talking about waking up is when I woke up to, like, all the truth, what was going on in the world with CERN and the cloning and the pedophilia and the all that stuff. And I had anxiety so bad for I freaked out for a few weeks. I could hardly get out of bed. I mean, I was a mess emotionally. I just I was just a mess. I can't even begin to explain how bad it was. Uh, well, I'm glad he didn't get you, Melody. God had a plan for you. And that's all we all have to do. We just all have to pray for discernment, and we just all have to keep praying, and we all have to keep praying that none of us are deceived, because, like it says, and I still got to send you that video, Melody, and I will. But if it even says, if the time wasn't cut short, we'd all be deceived. Yeah, and sleep paralysis is the worst, and night terrors and stuff like that. And that's demons. That's exactly what it is. It's demons, and that's why they went away. And just like people talking about how they get captured, or they're taken abduction by aliens, that's the same thing. It's demons. I've listened to people that had been in the middle, and they thought for years they were being abducted by aliens, and then they finally started. They finally said, in the name of Jesus Christ, be gone, and then it stopped happening. And in the middle of it stopped happening. They were in the middle of being abducted, and it had been happening for a while, and then it stopped. Exactly, exactly. But you were doing what Satan had you believe you were doing. You thought you were doing the right thing. Oh, I'll let you guys know. I won't be on here too much longer, but I'll be on for a little bit. I don't even know what time it is. 2:30. Well, I will in a little bit. Probably another 15 minutes or so. Thank you, Todd, though. I appreciate you worrying about me. So, how's the weather where everybody's at? It's beautiful here in Florida today. Melody, are you feeling any better, honey? They'll wake up, Melody, when it's their time. In all time, that's what I've learned, is that you just got to pray for them, and you just got to keep praying, and What part of North Carolina, Ingrid? My best friend lives there. You just got to keep praying and just keep praying. When it's their time, they will. And and you're gonna feel responsible, but you're not. You're not. You just have to keep praying. There's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna wake up all at once, and that's it's gonna happen. It's already been written. You know, like it says in the Bible, as the sands of the sea will be the army of God. Oh, that's horrible, Sarah. That's horrible. Is he not a believer? See, I see shadows of things out the side of my eye, and then I close my eye and I see what are like reptilian eyes and stuff. But God, I know God's keeping a lot of me from a lot of it. My comments keep disappearing and doesn't want to let me see them. Yeah, Sarah, I'll be praying for him. Oh wow, yeah, it is cold in Canada, I bet. I definitely bet it's cold in Canada. Yeah, yeah. Well, Sarah, we'll pray for him that he, slowly lets go of this world and grabs onto the other one. There are a lot of people that don't understand that they can be saved, but be stuck in this world and still be of this world. I pray every day. I tell Satan I rebuke him and he can take his worldly crap and get out. YouTube told you that? It snowed in Mississippi. Well, Melody and I find out that we live about 30 minutes from each other, and we have a lot in common. We both well, she still does the same kind of work, but we did the same kind of used to do the same kind of work as her. We have a lot in common. It's really funny. Her last name is Walsh. Mine's Welch. Both of our middle names are Marie. It definitely is. My friend in North Carolina, he lives in Havelock over by Cherry Point. He was a Marine for 22 years and he still works on the base. He's an aviator technician, so he still works on the aircrafts on the base. And he's awake and he's mad now that he wasted 22 years of his life with the military because he, now he knows that the U.S. is basically a war machine. So that upset him, that we've been out fighting wars for the CIA to basically be the big bad bullies of the world. So you used to live over by there? Oh, Hawaii, I would love to go there. I hope my machine doesn't beep again. What branch is he in? Okay, I am gonna take my afternoon meds, and when these kick in, I will have to go, you guys. But Hawaii sucks, really. Well, I would be scared to be there after that that What do you guys think? Do you guys think a missile was going over there and there really was a missile strike and they shot it down? Sorry, guys. I had to take some medicine. Oh, are you leaving, Melody? Bye. Oh, that's an age difference between them. 5-year-olds are great. I love little kids. What do you guys think about that? The missile, or do you guys think? I think it was a missile too. I think they shot it down. You think it came from North Korea? 2 subs went out right before. Stupid thing won't. Yeah, I think. Who do you think did it? I wonder if it was Russia, China, North Korea. Somebody's trying to stop a war. I do believe, but you think so, Outdoor Messenger? Well, if people that are there, like Ingrid's son's there, he says jets were everywhere and submarines went out and it went up. It is bad for the USA. It's scary, you know. I mean, all if it takes is all it takes is one person to hit the button and the whole world could be gone. India, you think? But why would India be going after us? Trump did it. Why do you think India would be coming after us? Hi, Sparkly. Yeah, yeah, I get that it's a world war, but I didn't really think India had much, especially to be mad at us. Maybe they're mad at Bill Gates. They should put it at Bill Gates's house for what he did to all their poor little girls. I mean, I do get it's a world war, but you don't usually hear much of India. Oh, I agree. The UN is basically the melting pot of what everything is going on. When they decide that they want to get rid of us, we're all gone, and it'll happen quick. But they think that they can go hide in their little bunkers and that they're going to be safe. And like the Bible says, they can hide. Yep, exactly. They can hide, but and it says that they're going to be hiding in those caves, thinking God can't get in there, but He will be able to. And he'll and they'll be quivering and they'll be thinking that they're safe underground, but they're not going to be safe. God can get anywhere. He'll blow the whole earth up if he has to. I don't understand how anyone thinks any of these reptilian demonic think that they're going to win. The ending has already been written, and I believe that they've already seen it. I think that they've sped up. I think that's what this CERN and this D wave is about. They've already sped up to the end, and they keep trying to change it, and they can't, and that's what they're doing. Well, the Bible tells us, and it tells them too, and they know they're not going to win, so I don't know why. Ingra, I'm glad that all of you guys are here. I really am. This is a nice, calm environment that I wanted to be able to sit and talk to people, and I'm so glad every one of you guys are here and came out and listened to me today. And I wish all of us could talk. Yeah, I agree with that, Sarah. I think the ones that they use for the make all the noise, like North Korea, they're just they do that to take attention off something else that's happening, something else they don't want us to have our eyes on. Thank you, Todd. I've enjoyed it too. It was very peaceful, Gary. Yeah, we should all definitely. I need to make sure I'm subscribed to everybody's channels so we can all go live and do this. This has been fun. It's been really nice and calming, and it's been really nice getting to know you guys. Is Singing Saint still in here? I'm sorry I missed her going live. I don't get my notifications like I should. Well, I'll give you guys my email address is my email address is rwelch, like R Welch 1974 at gmail.com. I don't know if I can type in or not. I don't think I can now. It won't let me. It's been nice getting to know you guys too. Oh, thank you, Gary. That's so sweet. Outdoor Messenger, I've only been doing this a couple months. I don't have very many videos. I've done maybe 10. Um, I think. Probably somewhere around that. Not much more than that. I took a screenshot of that, Gary, so I'll have your email address. Yeah, she'll probably call me later. Like I said, she just lives down the road from me. We met in Robin's room the other day, and we started talking, and we found out we've got a whole lot in common. She's a real sweet girl. So I feel so blessed to meet all of you guys. Sparkly leaving. Well, I guess guys, we'll have to call it a day. I didn't have a pencil. Write that down. Yeah, you'll see me again, Todd. I'll do this again. Definitely. It's been fun. And if you're up in Robin's chat later on, I'll put my email address up. As long as there's not too many crazy people in there. But you guys, I am gonna be getting off here pretty soon. I just took some Xanax, and I'm gonna probably take a nap. You have a great day too, and I enjoy your time with your grandson. Thank you guys all so much. Yeah, it's there. It's R Welch 1974. That's right. There it is, Todd at gmail.com. Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate it. That's so sweet of you. And Sparkly Anne. I call you Sparkly. I'm reading the first thing. Anne, thank you, and you enjoy your time with your grandson. All right. Well, God bless you all, and I just want to say to each and every one of you, God bless you, and may God be with you today, and be safe, and have a good day with your family. And that if you're in need of anything or sick, that God be with you and everything. Normally I'd say a prayer, but we've been getting off here kind of quick, so. Oh, I always will, Sarah. If I see a good person, I will definitely stick up for them. And I'm going to pray for all of you. In Jesus' name, amen, too. Thank you guys for staying on here with me so long and talking to me. It's been a blast. You're all lovely. I really do appreciate it. All right, well, bless you guys. Have a good night or good day, and maybe I'll see you later. Bye.